Howdy, I'm Jace and I'm a sex addict. This is Sex Life, where we talk about sex and we talk about life. We do so openly, honestly, and without any shame or judgment. I'm just going to do a quick follow-up video from my last video, which was with regard to some injuries that I have had with my hands as of late. Just a quick update. I'm actually out of the splints and now I'm buddy taping for several weeks. I got hurt in a jiu-jitsu class and I wanted to answer a follow-up question that I received with regard to that particular hobby. And the question was if I was sexually triggered during jiu-jitsu class. And it's really interesting that you asked that because my first class that I went in, I was working one-on-one with one of the coaches. And after he took me through the history of jiu-jitsu and all of the mentality of the gym and all this stuff, it was time to learn my first move, if you will. And it was going to be an arm bar. And so he laid on his back and I was supposed to put myself in a position for him to straddle me, to wrap his legs around my waist as I was over him. And I'm just like, what now? I'm sorry. And I had this moment of trigger and this moment of panic a little bit because I'm like, this is super inappropriate and all of these things. And then I realized, I looked at the coach and I looked at other people that were training in the gym and I realized nothing about this situation is sexual. The only thing sexualizing this hobby, this action, this really healthy activity is me. Because that's what's in my past, right? That's how I saw life. My perspective was through this sexual lens. And there are a lot of reasons for that. If you're new, you can follow up on some past videos to find out what's going on there. But yeah, it was triggering for me. And then I had that realization that I was creating that energy or I was bringing that in. Nobody else was feeding that. It didn't exist. That wasn't the reality of the situation. In fact, it was this person's job to teach me some self-defense moves and to prepare me for drilling these particular techniques and everything though. So it was triggering initially, and then I just brought myself back into reality around it, that's not what's going on and that I get to decide. That's the coolest part about being sober. I have choices now. Well, I always had choices, but now I am aware of them and I'm directly, intentionally making them. So in this instance, I didn't have to make it sexual. I didn't have to bring sexual energy to it. I didn't have to sexualize it. All I had to do was learn how to do an arm bar and to show up with pure energy in that space because that's the only energy that was there. So when I look at a lot of situations that have been tough for me in the past, I'm really the only one creating that and I'm creating the problem. And I have the choice and the power to choose to not bring that into the situation. So I thought that was a phenomenal follow-up question. I really appreciate that. If you want to send in your questions, you can do so by contacting me through my website, jacedowney.com. And until I see y'all next time, stay curious.